was something I could say about this place, but have you voted yet?
I have.
Oh shit! All right. Well, I hope you voted right. What about you, sir, madam? Have you voted yet? You know the polls are open.
Yeah, actually, we're waiting to talk to you.
Really? Oh.
I'm Wit.
Oh, how you doing, Wit?
Good. How you doing?
Pretty good. Just kind of getting my day started, getting my coffee in, and all that.
Yeah, I feel that. We're kind of doing the same, getting all prepped up and everything.
Well, what can I do for you today?
Well, it's when you got free time, Butch said you'd be down for. I'm trying to.
Oh, yes. I mean, I'm down right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Is there anywhere like you want to hear? Or
Yeah. Let's do it right here.
Or...
I think this would be good. You know, we can see some fast food in the background.
Okay. Then, yeah. Here, we'll get here. Let me get my camera all situation organized.
I need to clean in the back.
I do have a few questions, so let me pull them up.
Actually, do you want to do it in the plaza? We could see, the businesses in the background. You know, like right over here, so you can see like Frank's and you can see Abracadabra in the background. You know, people are coming and going and see them hustling and bustling. All right.
Give me 1 second. Let me just grab my notes here. Okay. All right. And we'll make sure the camera's all situated and good.
All right.
We're all good, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay, Mr. Nino, sir. So I am Wit from Wit TV, and what I'm doing here is I'm going around and interviewing all the mayor candidates because a lot of people don't get to be around and talk to you and get to see everyone's point of view and what they're going to do for the city. So what I'm doing is I'm making a little film showing, interviewing all of the candidates and going to release a tape out to the public for everyone to see everyone's point of view and what you're pushing for and what you plan to do as mayor.
So that sounds perfect.
The past couple days, I've been going around interviewing all the people of the city, gathering a bunch of feedback, concerns, questions that everyone wants addressed and answered, and I've compiled the most asked questions into a list here. I have 5 questions of the most asked questions that the citizens want to have answered.
Absolutely. If you don't mind, look, my team has spent countless weeks working on a very solid platform, and that goes on top of some of the legislation we helped pass. Including gun reform, FOIA's being released, a program to get more lawyers into positions to be able to defend their clients. I've been working very closely with G6 and the sanitation divisions to try to increase their efforts. And most of my platform is taking everything that we've been learning and trying to advance on that. But you can find most of that stuff on votenino.com, right? We're not just fucking headlines. We got an actual plan in place. Not empty words. We got promises.
Here we go. That's okay. So this might be good because that's actually one of the questions later on. I can skip down to here and we can go to it's actually a lot about small businesses and the way to address. I've been talking with people trying to get the price that each job pays and see how people feel about the pay that they're getting and seeing what jobs need to be balanced out, because there's a lot of things like I know people are saying G6 makes a lot of money where other jobs don't really compensate as much. Like when we were just in there, Senior Buns was one of them where Senior Buns employ. Hold on, actually, let me find my little thing here.
Well, I can actually, if you want, I can fully address that particular point. The reality of the matter is the past administration did not give a shit about who is getting paid what. It was more a matter of someone would ask for something, and they would raise the pay in order to get a benefit back. Instead of going down this route of like, this place gets paid this much, we actually have a economist who's going to be pulling state records is going to be turning that into a visual infogram, and also is going to get a breakdown of how much people are getting paid per capita. So what does that mean in like English? What that means is G6 has a certain amount of costs for repairs. Shops have certain amount of costs in order to get ingredients. All those things are going to get factored in, and then we're going to, based on like difficulty of the job, how boring or how fun it is, we're going to be adjusting payments. So no longer are we going to have a system where like someone can come through and be like, G6 is getting paid too much. G6 is getting paid a little. Toe's getting paid a lot. Toe's getting paid a little. Instead, we're going to have like actual facts that are that's going to help determine how payments get made. To give you an idea, fucking cops are getting paid $3,500 to $4,500 an hour, right? Like, while the hospital is getting paid $1,000 an hour. Nothing makes any fucking sense. If you come to the mayor's office, we should be able to explain exactly why a particular job is getting paid what it is, and not because someone fought it in a certain direction.
Wait, how much are the hospital making? You said how much an hour?
$1,000.
The hospital makes $1,000 an hour?
Yeah. It was even worse than that before.
Oh, see, I was going to say there was something where, well, that's actually one of the later questions. We'll wait to get to that one there with the hospital crew I interviewed. While we're still here at the businesses, while interviewing citizens, there's also, along with the budget thing, that actually answered a lot of people's questions and concerns. If you plan to address that, because yeah, a lot of them, I guess a lot of people are saying they're really boring work, and there's a lot, especially with like, while we're addressing the problems with the jobs, one of them was the mechanics. A lot of people with the mechanics were saying there's certain things where when you're working in the mechanic and you can't do certain work because you have no components, you have no parts that they need.
Yep.
But if they go to do the job themselves over, like, I guess, sanitary, they lose their rep and their status there, and they have to start all the way back over at the mechanic grinding.
That's a great question. And that's why real solutions are not like some candidate saying they're going to do this and that. You got to look at the entire system holistically. There's currently a material shortage. Computer systems are breaking down. Those got to get replaced. Those need materials. More people have vehicles, which means that there's a need for more parts, which means a need for more material, which is why, how do you fix it? How do you resolve it? You have to make sanitation more attractive. Whether that means making it so we go and talk to the boss and make it so maybe more people can work over there, give them more jobs, have more materials sitting in more trash bags, so that the massive shortage of materials get resolved, and then that in turn helps the mechanics, in turn helps people trying to get pots put together, et cetera, et cetera.
I have been talking with the sanitation crew, and their biggest concern too, why the components are so short in the city, is because a lot of them don't go to the mechanics who need them to repair and fix and upgrade cars. A lot of them either get stolen when they're out working, or they're used for criminal activity, and they never actually make it to the city like mechanics that need some components, and that's why there's a big shortage of components as well. Is there any way to address this problem?
Yes, absolutely. I was having a conversation with one of the owners of a mechanic shop, and one thing that I'm really pushing heavily for is, and with no disrespect, but even some of these questions are very aligned with a very, how do I put this? The city should be more than just people going around and saying, how much money do I make? How do I get this? How do I get that?
Yeah, well, we have a lot more questions. These are just the business portions ones I ask people about.
Absolutely. But even when it comes to business, right, we need to allow like imagination to flourish. And let me give you an example of this. The solution to mechanic shops is not strictly on, can we get more parts so people can fix more cars and whatever. It's making sure that these guys can get on duty anytime they want, because cars got to get fixed 24/7, right? The second is, I think there's a lot of high performance vehicles out there. I'd like to see mechanic shops to be able to tune those after they've, I don't know, been in a drag race or two, and so people can start coming down to the mechanic shops to get some, maybe get their wheels aligned, get their, light tuning or whatever. So giving these mechanics more to do is in and of itself a good solution. So
Okay, yeah, I think that would actually. I think that's a pretty good solution to help.
yeah,
Moving away from businesses, another one, well, I guess away from money talk, but it's still within the realm of businesses. A lot of people are also pushing about the ways of small businesses type in the city, where I guess the last mayor didn't really do much to help with the small businesses that were
yeah.
promised. And that's the biggest concern a lot of people
What up?
have now. Is there any strategies to plan to promote new businesses to help other people who want to start up their own little business?
Yes. The problem with the previous administration is it was pretty much a singular guy who would review everyone's proposal, and in turn a lot of proposals have been just sitting there just doing absolutely nothing. I'm enacting the Department of Commerce, run by Eve Summers. I want to get Ash Ketchup in there. I want to get a bunch of folks whose sole focus
at the
is
Nino.
going to be around reviewing proposals and giving responses, so that regardless of what the proposal is, they get a response within 72 hours. And if it's not something that's feasible, they should at least get some sort of guidance as to what they can do to make their business succeed.
That's
The-
actually an amazing way
Yeah.
to respond for that one. That's probably the best response we've gotten for this
Well-
question so far.
Well, I mean that's kind of like the heart of the campaign, right? You've that fucking old fuck over there has been going around. He yoinked all an entire campaign, all the titles, slapped it onto the government website, and is promising everyone that he's gonna get on his knees and suck their dick. But when they sit back and they find out that nothing's been done, no one should be surprised. The fact of the matter is, there's a lot of hard work that is ahead of the city on the shoulders of the mayor. And unless they have a real plan, unless they have been spending time understanding how to solve something, promises don't mean shit. You need a plan. And I think like you said, this might be a well thought up idea, but we've got a lot of those. We spent a lot of time thinking and a lot of time developing.
What about outside of the businesses? I guess this is now going into my realm. I'm just wondering about entertainment. Do you have any plans in your policies that will do anything for the entertainment in the city outside of just working and people?
Yep.
Once people, I noticed when I was talking to people, a lot of things outside of work, people have nothing to do, and they're wondering if there's anything plans for any kind of entertainment around the city. I wonder if you, as mayor, will have anything pushing for any ideas for entertainment
You and I
factors.
both.
Yes, absolutely. So music is pretty dead in Los Santos. Now, that's not to say that people aren't making good music. It's just that the interest isn't there. You can have a concert among your friends, and that can be, some level of enjoyment. But I want music and entertainment to actually mean something. And the only way to do that, because people aren't going to pay for concert tickets. They never do. They never have. At the end of, prior to the previous economic collapse, people were throwing fucking stages down in the middle of the road, and, 5 people would be singing to like 2 people in the audience. Instead of going down the same old, we're actually putting together the Music Consortium. We've spoken to multiple music labels. We want a representative from each one being on that board. And we want them to develop more meaning behind music and in the arts. What does that mean? I mean music billboards, right? Ratings. People should be able to, throw their opinion as to which song they're listening to, so they have something to compete for. I want concerts where you have these multiple labels, like competing with each other to a degree, right? So there's a level of competition and reason to go watch that, listen to that music beyond just the tracks themselves. I want artists to actually get paid for their time. There's no reason why that concerts can't be subsidized by the state, right? If the state can't provide arts and entertainment to folks, what the fuck is the state doing, right? Are they just here to consume taxpayer money? and not give it back. I mean, and that's kind of what that consortium is for. It's think of it as like a think tank to develop music to the next level, to bring more meaning to it beyond just, can I make a track?
And what about beyond? So I guess.
My God, that's Nino Chavez! I love you!
Oh, you got a fan base going right behind us here.
Well, there's a lot of good people that want to see change in the city. You know what I mean? They're not looking to live a life of a meme, which is unfortunately the direction that some are trying to drive it.
Yeah, and we don't want to go back to that. We definitely need some good push forward.
Yeah, agreed.
I guess going back with the entertainment still, there's a question I have on if you have any ideas for this. I know there's a lot of like for me, for example, I'm a small indie. I have my own, I'm with TV, my own TV network. I like doing TV shows, movies, different types of thing. I make my own movies and stuff. And I was wondering, in the entertainment industry, if you as mayor have any plans to put a funding aside for the entertainment so they can get a grant, because a lot of things with making movies takes a large budget. And like you said, people don't like paying. If entertainers can come and get if they have a well-written proposal to get a grant in the entertainment to make a movie, to pass it out for the city, for the entertainment value, is there any ideas for setting a budget aside for that?
1,000. I mean, that's where the Music and Arts Consortium comes from. Like it's going to expand beyond music, film, theater, things like that. Because I don't think it's healthy for the city to strictly be putting money in the hands of people, in people's pockets, for those that are just going around moving fucking local tow trucks or making $10,000 an hour fishing. That creativity and ideas should be paramount. It's what makes the city tick.
Yeah, I agree, because the entertainment is huge, but a lot of people shy away from it because I guess there's no money. But I'm here. I don't really care for the money. This is my passion and my love interest, so I'll do it no matter what. But I notice it's hard to get a lot of people focused and interested because I guess nothing really pays out. So I was wondering if there's the grant would actually pull a lot of people in.
100%, and I think that's where subsidizing and grants come from. I think that it's got to get focused on that. I mean, really, at the end of the day, right, things have to be looked at holistically. And, that doesn't mean that, like, performers should necessarily be millionaires, but we also have to recognize the fact that people don't have and will not be willing to just throw money out there. And it is up to the state to draw in attractions. I mean, look at,
I'm not paying for this. I'm not even hungry.
Look at all those, like, European countries, right? A lot of them, right? There's a reason why they build tourism, right? You want people to visit Europe, right? And maybe go there to stay. And so it inherently makes sense for the state to be
can you charge money to a state ID?
creating culture. Okay. Otherwise, you end up like fucking North Korea. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and we don't want that. We want our freedom and differences around.
Yeah, or Cuba, for the lack of a better word. I mean.
Okay, and our last.
Hey, how you doing, Dan?
Our last part of the interview is open floor for anything else we didn't address that's in your candidate running policy that you would like to give your kind of like your long-term plan that you have, or anything you'd like to achieve, anything we didn't cover already that you would like to address.
I had a conversation with one of my opponents who stated that he doesn't know how to solve anything, but instead he's gonna be getting Andy Jones, Ash Ketchup, and a bunch of others to do the work for him. And my question is, are you really gonna vote for someone that's gonna make someone else do the work for him? And do you think they're actually gonna do it on his behalf? The answer is no. Fuck no. This is a mayoral campaign.
Order the food.
This is a mayoral campaign. This is about your future. And if you want to, flush your future down the toilet, by all fucking means. But don't be surprised when
he's paying for all of us right
shit
now.
doesn't go the way that you expect it will.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And this has been our interview with our mayor-elect running candidate. Nino.
Hold them up. Everyone
All
hold them
right.
up.
Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate that.
I got you some.
Okay, we can cut the camera.
All right.
Thank you. And if you have a minute, I actually like something off camera. I have
Yeah,
some.
absolutely. What's up?
So,
I'm gonna air this place
a lot of
out.
things
Order the food.
you were interested me. There was a lot of things with you have an actual.
I got a hostage. I got a hostage. Order
Stop.
the food.
Nope, sorry, I got
Stop
distracted
it.
about things
No,
behind
you're good.
you. So
I got a hostage.
the
Order the
entertainment
food.
industry, because like I said, what we do here, we make movies and that, but it's been kind of hard to get people actually interested. I need actors, but everyone, the first thing everyone's like is, well, what funding? And then when I tell them like, well, maybe after the movie we'll get the profit and everything, but they shy away. So I
Yeah,
was wondering if I'd
but the
actually be able-
reality is no one's gonna pay for like movie tickets, right? But
Yeah.
people will go to like a theater or watch a movie.
Oh, no, I
So
got a
that's
gauntlet
why
out,
grants
boy.
are like necessary, right? Because at the end of the day, right, people have to make a decision. They might only be able to,
You're gonna get shot
you know,
up.
wake up for like 5 hours, and if they've got repairs, if they got bills to pay, right, it's hard to like be like, well, why are they not paying for this or spending their time doing these other things? It's because they got to be able to survive, right? So
Yeah, well, that's true. That's why I try to calculate in how much it would actually get, and I'm realizing it probably won't be a much. So a lot of people, it's been hard to get actors pretty much for it because of that reason. So that's why the government grant would be amazing already.
Yeah, 1,000%. I think the way that I would go about it is start with smaller grants, show that you're successful, and then increase the grants based on your success, right?
Yeah,
So-
that's where we're starting out small. Like I'm doing news. I do news reporting and stuff to start small to kind of show what we're doing. I have a lot of.
Hey, good to see you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so what I was going for is, would I be able to get like a contact number possibly maybe for you said
Yeah.
there was an Ash Ketchum, I think I caught that.
Ash
and-
Ketchup. Yeah. She's normally around like in the evening, but if she's on the yellow pages, she's also works down in the clerk's office.
Alex,
She's worth poking at.
Alex, come here.
Just ASH?
Alex.
ASH. Yep.
Okay.
Alex,
I don't see
Kai,
her in the yellow.
fucking
page.
hell.
Yeah, she's probably gonna be awake like later tonight or like early in the morning.
Okay, and you said she's the head of the what you're setting up?
Oh no, Eve Summers. That's Eve
Oh,
Summers.
Eve.
Yep. And Eve's number is 420-307.
Hold 1 second. Let me
Yep.
just get this. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
ready.
you know what? I'll figure it out.
420-307-7497.
Honestly, I can't.
Okay, thank you.
Hold on, man. Can I get one chicken doner, one halloumi?
There was another question I had, but it slipped my mind now. I don't want to hold you up any longer, though.
Yep. Yeah, I got to get out there and let folks know like what's popping.
Yeah, well, I plan on making this into a tape and passing it around.
Oh
and
my God, that'd be
definitely-
fantastic. To be honest.
Yeah, that's why I recorded live, so that way people can actually see the entire interview you did.
Yeah.
They can watch it all and see all of your feedback, your point of views, everything you
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
And yeah, you kind of won me with the whole end part, the entertainment industry.
Yeah. I think. Like I said, we gotta start thinking beyond the paycheck, beyond the, how much does this make and how much does that make? Hey, what's going on? How you doing?
Hi.
Hey.
I called you, and then you're like, you hanged up, but you didn't even call me back.
I did.
No, it's that melted ice. It's
when?
it's that slow.
I missed the call and I immediately
Yeah,
called
we
it back.
had specifically for you with that
What?
slowly melted ice.
I didn't get any phone
Ma'am,
calls.
have you
uh,
casted your vote in this election yet, ma'am?
I didn't select yet. I will select on the last day, but I'm not selecting it yet.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
The fuck you mean
Well,
on the last goddamn day? Why the fuck the last goddamn day?
Because I want to see who's the best one.
So
Okay.
Me
Who's
and my
the
friends
best?
are all
Well,
gonna
I'm the
vote on the
goddamn
last day.
best.
Yeah. Me and my group.
I'm the goddamn best. I'm the goddamn best. Vote for me.
That's not how you approach people. You don't say just your best. You
Yeah.
have to prove yourself.
Oh wait, is this? who's
remember
running
this when I'm
too?
in
Is this
office,
your
by the way.
competition?
No,
How's it going?
Bobby's
Weren't you the mayor
running
last
for
time?
Polito.
You how's it
Oh.
going, Nino? You campaigning down here? You doing good?
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to think so.
My campaign's 10 times better, way better.
You know, and I wish you
It's
all the
amazing.
best, Bobby. Sorry,
I
ma'am.
wish you more.
I missed your call. What would you like to talk about today?
If you have a free time, I just want to quickly like
Hey.
talk to you about my business.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give you kind of like a high level